Hello everyone, I am Shweta Ji from Commerce Department, Gopal Swami PU College, Mysuru. Welcome back to Accountancy class. In today's session, let's do another problem from Chapter 4, Retirement of a Partner. Here is your example problem. M, N and O are partners in a firm sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:2:1. Their balance sheet as on 31st/3/2018 stood as follows. Balance sheet as on 31st/3/2018. On the liability side, sundry creditors 32,000, bills payable 28,000, reserve fund 25,000 and capitals of M, N and O. M 40,000, N 40,000, O 20,000. Outstanding expenses 2,500. On asset side, bank 42,500, bills receivable 12,000, debtors 21,000, stock 14,000, furniture 18,000, machinery 35,000, building 40,000, profit and loss account 5,000. And the total of balance sheet is 1,87,500. And they also give an adjustment. N retires from the business and the following adjustments are required. The first adjustment is buildings and stock valued at 10% more than the book value. The next, machinery valued at 5% less than the book value. Furniture is revalued at rupees 12,400. Outstanding expenses increased to 3,050. The next adjustment is goodwill of the firm is valued rupees 30,000. The next adjustment, rupees 40,000 from N's capital account will be transferred to his loan account and the balance will be paid to him by check. So now you are going to prepare revaluation account, partners capital account, balance sheet of the firm. Now let's prepare revaluation account. Now this is the format of revaluation account, particulars amount. While preparing revaluation account, you just consider the adjustment which are relating to the revaluation account. So here in your adjustment, building and stock valued at 10% more than the book value. When value of the asset increases, then it should be recorded on credit side of the revaluation account. Whenever the value of asset increases, then it should be recorded on credit side of the revaluation account. Now in your adjustment, building and stock valued at 10% more than the book value. More than the book value in the sense, the value of building and stock is increased. So when value of the building increases, then it should be recorded on credit side of the revaluation account as by building account. Then you have to consider the old balance of the building which are given in your balance sheet, that is rupees 40,000 into 10 divided by 100, and this rate will be given in your adjustment. 40,000 into 10 divided by 100 comes to 4,000. The next is by stock account. Here the stock value is also increased. So now you have to consider the old balance of the stock which is given in your balance sheet. The stock value is 14,000. Now the rate is 10%. So 14,000 into 10 divided by 100, 1,400. The next, machinery valued at 5% less than the book value. Whenever the asset value decrease, then it should be recorded on debit side of the revaluation account. So now this entry should be recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account as to machinery account. So the value of the machinery is 35,000. This 35,000 is given in your balance sheet on asset side. 35,000 into 5 divided by 100. So you will get 1,750. And the next adjustment is furniture is valued at rupees 12,400. So now the market value of the furniture is 12,400. But in your last year balance sheet, the value of furniture is 18,000. So now you have to ascertain whether the value of the furniture is increase or decrease by comparing the old balance of furniture with the market value which is given in your adjustment. So here the old balance of the furniture is 18,000 minus, so now the current value or the market value of the furniture is 12,400. So here the value of the furniture is decreases now. So it should be recorded on debit side of the revaluation account. So now here you have to consider only the difference amount of furniture. Here you should record furniture 18,000 minus 12,400. Then you will get 5,600. Remember, in revaluation account, always you should record the amount of increase or decrease. Here, the amount of decrease is 5,600. So, furniture value last year balance sheet ಅಲ್ಲಿ 18,000 ಇದೆ, but current year adjustment ಅಲ್ಲಿ 12,400 ಇದೆ. So, ಎಷ್ಟು decrease ಆಗಿದೆ? 5,600. ಆ 5,600 ಅನ್ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೀವು ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. The next adjustment, outstanding expenses increases to rupees 3,050. So here, as you all know, outstanding expenses is a liability. When the liability increases, then it should be recorded on debit side of the revaluation account. On the other hand, when the liability decreases, then it should be recorded on credit side of the revaluation account. But in your adjustment, the value of liabilities increases, so you have to record on debit side of the revaluation account. So as usual, record it as two outstanding expenses. So you should consider only the differences amount of outstanding expenses. So now 3,050 minus old balance of outstanding expenses that is given in your balance sheet. 3,050 minus 2,500 comes to 550. Liability side ಅಲ್ಲಿ outstanding expenses 2,500 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, but adjustment ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3,050 rupees ಇದೆ. So increase to 3,050 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು increase ಆಗಿದೆ? So here only 550 rupees increase in outstanding expenses, that is only recorded on debit side of the revaluation account. So now balance this account. So now we can observe the total of debit side is more than the total of credit. So now we have to make a total of debit side first. You will get 7,900. So now write the same total on the credit side also, 7,900. So after writing the total on both the amount column, now you have to deduct the total of credit from the total of debit. So that is, from 7,900 you have to deduct 5,400. 4,000 plus 1,400. Here the balance will be written as by loss transferred to partners capital account. 7,900 minus 4,000 minus 1,400, you will get 2,500. And this 2,500 loss should be distributed among all the partners, including retiring partner, in their old profit sharing ratio. And this balance represents loss, and this loss should be distributed among all the partners in their old profit sharing ratio. M 2,500 into his share 2 by 5 equals 1,000. N 2,500 into 2 by 5 comes to 1,000, and O 2,500 into his share of profit and loss 1 by 5 comes to 500 rupees, and this amount should be transferred to their capital accounts. So this is the revaluation account. Now move on to the partners capital account. So now the partners capital account. Partners capital account always start with the capital balance of all the partners. So here you should bring the capital balance of the partners on credit side as by balance brought down. The capital balance of M is 40,000, N is 40,000, and O 20,000. Next, you should distribute the reserve fund also among all the partners in their old profit sharing ratio. That should be recorded on credit side of the partners capital account as by reserve fund account. The balance of reserve fund is 25,000 and it should be distributed among all the partners in their old profit sharing ratio, and their ratio will be 2:2:1. So 25,000 into 2 by 5 for M, 25,000 into 2 by 5 for N, and 25,000 into 1 by 5 for O. So you will get 10,000, 10,000 and 5,000. Next, so after distributing reserve fund among all the partners, now you have to observe whether there is a profit and loss in the balance sheet or not. Yes, here in your problem, there is a profit and loss account on asset side. Now it should be distributed among all the partners in their old profit sharing ratio on debit side. ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಆನ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಸೈಡ್, ಸೊ ನಾವು ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆಸ್ to profit and loss account. The amount of profit and loss is 5,000. 5,000 into 2:2:1 divided by 5. That is, you should distribute 5,000, a profit and loss amount, among all the partners in their old profit sharing ratio. That is 2:2:1. So for M, 5,000 into 2 by 5, you will get 2,000. And for N, 5,000 into 2 by 5, again you will get 2,000, and for O 5,000 into 1 by 5 you will get 1,000. Next, after recording the adjustment which are given in your balance sheet ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ then come to the revaluation account. Here in your revaluation account, if it is there is a profit, that should be recorded on credit side. If there is any loss, distributed among the partner, and those transactions should be recorded on debit side. So now in your present problem there is a loss, so it should be recorded on debit side of the partner's capital account as to revaluation account. Loss 1,000 for M, 1,000 for N, and 500 for O. The next adjustment is goodwill of the firm is valued rupees 30,000. When goodwill is valued as per AS26, the journal entry will be containing partners capital account debited to retiring partners capital account, which means goodwill should be borne by the containing partners at the time of the retirement of the partner. And here the goodwill amount should be borne by the containing partners in their gain ratio. Gain ratio dalli goodwill anna containing partners retirement ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. In your present problem, they have not given a new ratio to calculate gain ratio. So in this case, the old ratio of the containing partners will be considered as gain ratio. ಯಾವಾಗ ನ್ಯೂ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದಿಲ್ವೋ ಗೇನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಆಗ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಗೇನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಹಿಯರ್ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಈಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ rupees 30,000. First, we have to find out the retired partner share of goodwill from this amount of goodwill. So here N is retired. Write N's share of goodwill first. 30,000 into N's share is 2 by 5. 30,000 into 2 by 5 comes to 12,000. So this is the N's share of goodwill, and this amount of goodwill should be borne by the containing partners in their gain ratio. Gain ratio dalli ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅವರು goodwill amount ಅನ್ನ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. So here what are the containing partners? M and O. Their old share is 2:1. Their old ratio itself is considered as their gain ratio. ಅವರ old ratio ಅನ್ನೇ gain ratio ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. So gain ratio of M and O is 2:1. So now distribute this goodwill amount. N's share of goodwill is 12,000 and it is borne by M and O in their gain ratio, that is 2:1. So 12,000 into 2/3 comes to 8,000. 12,000 into 1/3 comes to 4,000. So here M's share of goodwill is 8,000 whereas O's share of goodwill is 4,000. N retired ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ M 8,000 ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ and O 4,000 ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. So this is the goodwill adjustment as per AS26 when goodwill is valued. So what's the journal entry? M's capital account debited, O's capital account debited to N's capital account. What is the N share of goodwill? 12,000. What is the M share of goodwill? 8,000. What is O's share of goodwill? 4,000. This 12,000 N's share of goodwill should be borne by the continuing partners. They are nothing but M and O. So their goodwill share is 8,000 and 4,000. It should be written in partners capital account. First on the credit side write continuing partners capital account, that is by N's capital account. What is M's share of goodwill and write the amount of goodwill in N's column 8,000. ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ M N ರಿಟೈರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 8,000 ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. Next by O's capital account 4,000 enter the amount in retired partner column. N ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ M ಮತ್ತು O ಏನು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸು Nಗೆ ಈ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ N ಕಾಲಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದಿ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್, ಟು N's ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ M ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟ 8,000. ಎಂಟರ್ ದಿ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ 8,000 and 4,000 in O's column. ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರ ನೇಮನ್ನು ಬರೆದು ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಕಾಲಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಬರೆದು ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. This is very important in the problem. The next adjustment is rupees 40,000 from N's capital account will be transferred to his loan account. So here they have given directly the amount for rupees 40,000 is transferred to retired partner's loan account. So you should write on the debit side to N's ಲೋನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಅವರೇ ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ 40,000 ಎನ್ ಲೋನ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ಎನ್ಸ್ ಲೋನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಎನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲಮಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಸೈಡು 40,000 ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೌ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ದಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್. ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಸ್ಟು. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ದಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್. ಫಸ್ಟು ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹಿಯರ್ ಎನ್ ವಾಸ್ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಕಾಲಮ್. 40,000 plus 10,000 plus 8,000 plus 4,000 comes to 62,000. Write the same total on the debit side also, 62,000. So now you have to deduct the debit balance of N from the total of credit balance. ಸೊ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ 62,000 ಇಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಟೋಟಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಂಡ್ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಗಿವನ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಚೆಕ್. ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನು ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಚೆಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. and the balance will be paid to him by check. So first you have to deduct the total of debit from the total of credit. 62,000 minus 2,000 minus 1,000 minus 40,000 comes to 19,000. So this is the balancing figure or the remaining balance which was paid to him by check. So check ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ 19,000 ಅನ್ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So right here, when the amount settled through check, you have to write the transaction as to bank account. This is nothing but a balancing figure 19,000 to bank account. So first credit side ಅಲ್ಲಿ total ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ 62,000 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಯಾರು ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ 62,000 ಇಂದ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಸೆಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಚೆಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಟು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ದಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. 40,000 plus 10,000 comes to 50,000. Write the same 50,000 in debit column also, and now you have to deduct the total of debit from the total of credit. Then it comes to 39,000. 50,000 minus 2,000 minus 1,000 minus 8,000 comes to 39,000. Write it as to balance carried down. Next, in the same way, you have to find out the capital balance of other partner, that is O's capital balance. 20,000 plus 5,000 comes to 25,000. Write the same total on the debit side, 25,000. 25,000 minus 1,000 minus 500 minus 4,000 comes to 19,500. And compulsorily you have to brought down this amount on the credit side as by balance brought down 39,000, 19,500. So this is the goodwill adjustment as per AS26. So as per AS26 goodwill adjustment ಕೇಳಿದರೆ goodwill is valued ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ first you have to find out the retired partner share of goodwill. ಸೊ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಶೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. 12,000 ಬಂತು. ಆ 12,000 ಅನ್ನ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ 12,000 ಹೇಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಗೇನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋದಲ್ಲೇ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಗೇನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ನ್ಯೂ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಬೇಕು. ನ್ಯೂ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಾಗ ಅವರ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋನೇ ನ್ಯೂ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ನಾವು ದ ಗೇನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ ಎಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಓ ಈಸ್ 2:1. And this 12,000 should be distributed among the M and O in their gain ratio. 12,000 into 2 by 3, 8,000. 12,000 into 1 by 3, you will get 4,000. And ಇದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಕೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ನೇಮ್ ಬರಿತೀರಾ, ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಕಾಲಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ. ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಬರಿತೀರಾ, ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲಮಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಓ. As usual, while preparing the new balance sheet of M and O, you should take the old balance sheet as base. New balance sheet ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ. ಸೊ ಆನ್ liabilities side, the first item is sundry creditors. So here there is no adjustment for sundry creditors. You can directly record the same balance of sundry creditors which is given in your old balance sheet. That is rupees 32,000. The next item is bills payable, and here also there is no adjustment for bills payable. You can directly write the old balance of bills payable, rupees 28,000. So now the next item is reserve fund. Don't consider reserve fund because it is already recorded in partners capital account. ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡುವಂತ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಒನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಫಂಡ್ ನ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಾವು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ನ್ಯೂ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ದಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ರೈಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಸೈಡ್ capital M 39,000 and O 19,500. Next is N's loan account 40,000. Loan is always liability to the business. Here 40,000 is transferred to retired partners loan account. Hence loan account ಗೆ ನಾವು 40,000 ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಲೋನ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆ ಲೋನ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಸೈಡ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ರೈಟ್ ends loan account 40,000. And the next adjustment is outstanding expenses. So in your old balance sheet, the amount of outstanding expenses is 2,500. Now it has been increased. So add increase rupees 550. When you add 550 to the actual outstanding expenses, then you will get 3,050 rupees. So now coming to the asset side. Asset side, the first asset is bank. What is the actual bank balance given in your old balance sheet? That is rupees 42,500. 42,500, then you have to deduct rupees 19,000 from the bank balance. ಯಾಕೆ ಡಿಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು 19,000 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಈಸ್ ಪೇಡ್ ಬೈ ಚೆಕ್. ಸೊ ನಾವೇನು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನ ಥ್ರೂ ಚೆಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ಲೇಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 42,500 ಇತ್ತು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 19,000 ವರ್ತ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆ 19,000 ಅನ್ನ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ 42,500 minus 19,000, you will get 23,500. The next asset is bills receivable. What is the amount of bills receivable? 12,000. Next asset is debtors. Here there is no adjustment relating to debtors. You can directly write the amount of debtors in new balance sheet. Debtors ಗೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದೇ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯೂ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. The next asset is stock. Here there is an adjustment relating to stock. So write the amount of stock 14,000, and here the amount of stock increased by rupees 1,500. So write increase or appreciation rupees 1,400. You will get 15,400. Next asset is furniture. Here also there is adjustment relating to furniture. So write the amount of furniture is rupees 18,000. Here the value of furniture is decreased by rupees 5,600. So you have to deduct 5,600 from the actual value of furniture. 18,000 minus depreciation 5,600, you will get 12,400. The next asset is machinery. What is the actual value of machinery? 35,000. Here also there is adjustment relating to machinery. Less depreciation 1,750. 35,000 minus 1,750, you will get 33,250. Next asset is buildings. Here also there is adjustment relating to buildings. The amount of building is 40,000. In your adjustment they have given the value of building is increased by 10%. So you have to add 10% appreciation. So write add appreciation. So ಏನು increase ಆಗಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ add ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. So 4,000 increase ಆಗಿದೆ. So you will get 44,000. Now the actual building value is 44,000. Here we have taken all the adjustments and items which are given in your problem. So now you have to find out the total of balance sheet. When you total on the liability side, you will get 1,61,550. On the asset side also you will get the same balance, 1,61,550. So this is how we prepare new balance sheet of continuing partners. They are nothing but M and O as on 1/4/2018. I repeat again. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ 42,500 ಇತ್ತು ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ 19,000 ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಗೆ ಸೆಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನು ಚೆಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ನೀವು ಚೆಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಚೆಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 42,500 minus 19,000 you will get 23,500. Then write all the assets. If there is any adjustment relating to any kind of assets, you have to add or less according to your adjustments given in your problem ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು appreciation ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ add ಮಾಡಿ, depreciation ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ minus ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ. Then here you have to consider the new capital balance of containing partners M and O, which we have already find out in partners capital account. M's capital balance is 39,000, O's capital balance is 19,500, and N's loan account is 40,000. Remember, if any retired partner balance is transferred to his loan account, then it should be recorded in the balance sheet on the liability side. Loan account ಗೆ ನೀವು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆ ಲೋನ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನ್ಯೂ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ವಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ a new balance sheet of containing partners in retirement of a partner. And I hope you have understood today's problem. Thank you.